Okay, hopefully I'm not on too late. I was doing my hair, so it took a little bit longer than expected and everything. So hopefully I get some people. I know it's where all of my followers are, but there's just a few things I want to talk about tonight. I'm not going to try to keep it long, which I know I always say, but I know I always say that, but it always ends up being long. I don't do it on purpose. I should have said just some ramblings for what my title should have been. Cool. Okay, I'm sorry I'm so late, you guys. Like I said, I was doing my hair. Hi. And it took a little bit longer. What do you guys think? It's actually showing up on the camera. I'm surprised. Usually it doesn't. Yes, I see you. Hi, guys. I'm just giving everybody a chance to get here. I don't expect us to have a whole bunch because I got started kind of late. I know most of my followers are like 2 or 3 hours ahead, so I feel kind of bad. But hey, at least I'm here, right? Because I could have waited one more day, I guess. I'm kind of just waiting, see if anybody else is going to show up. We usually get a lot more than this. I don't want to have to repeat myself. So if you're here, just say hi so I can say hi back. I know who's watching. All right, we're getting up there now. Say hi when you come on so I know you're here. Cool. Okay. So I just wanted to chit chat about a few things. By the way, wait, how do you guys like my hair? I did it myself. I'm getting better at it. Well, that's what I was gonna say is one of my wonderful followers, new friend, gifted me a computer for Christmas. So I'm very thankful. I always tend to get some earth angels in my life, and so I'm very thankful for that. She said she is paying it forward, so I pray that, it comes back around to her. So I don't know if she wants me to mention her name or not, so I'm not going to. But she's one of my followers. She's always here on my lives, and she was like, okay, now you can do a live. So I think partly she wanted me to get a computer so that I could do a live. I don't know why you guys like it so much, but I'm kind of liking it. I'm kind of having fun getting to know you guys, and I used to never have the energy, so thank God my energy level is getting better. But it always goes up and down, just depending on how much work I'm doing. I took a few days off and slept, so had to regain some energy after all the work I've been doing. People don't understand how draining this work is. It really is. Wouldn't trade it for the world, but super draining. And yes, it is. And my channel is always down to take donations if anybody feels, like they feel like they want to or can. They do not have to. Sorry, something's falling off. So You don't have to. It's just that, I do a lot of this for free, spend a lot of time and energy, which I don't mind. I absolutely love it. So, anyways, everybody's out. Everybody's out right now. So if you see animals on the screen, that's why. All right. So a few things I wanted to talk about. One was, I think I'm going to dip my toe back into Delphi and do one more reading on that. When I did the auto rights years ago, when this first happened with them, I was attacked very badly while I was sleeping. It only stopped. It would happen very often, and it only stopped when I quit working on the case. There's a lot of darkness that not only surrounds the case, but I also got multiple cases past, present, and future in those readings. I do think I picked up Barry in those readings, and there's probably even more. I know Molly was in there. There's probably even more I'm not even aware of that I haven't kept track of, because a lot came through, and so I decided the girls feel like they're pushing me. I don't know why. Maybe something's going to happen at the end of the year. I'm not sure. Or next year. All I know is they're kind of tugging me like, hey, we miss you. So I did do a couple of focused readings and nothing happened. That was, I think, last year or something. And so if even just to touch a base and see how they're, even just, this cat always comes over when I'm trying to be alive, even if to just touch base with them and see how they're doing, and say what they want to say, that's what I'll do. I felt pulled to do that, drawn to do that, so we'll see. Never know. I feel like I've grown a little bit. Might get some more new pertinent information. So that's the first thing. That's probably the next thing I'm going to work on, and it's probably going to be within the next few days. So keep an eye out for that. Well, it doesn't matter. See, what I learned from my mentor is that you can armor yourself as much as you want, but you're still going to get attacked, and it was when I was sleeping. So I did armor myself, and we're always protected by our guides and angels, but sometimes, the dark gets through. So it didn't happen last time when I did the focus reads. So, I think I'll be okay if I just do one reading, leave it at that. The auto rights, like I said, I think they were a little different because I think it wasn't just that case. It was, I think I picked up a serial killer. Like I said, I picked up Molly. I do think I picked up some stuff about Barry because I got Masons and I got the Hunter. It doesn't mean that the Delphi guy doesn't hunt. But I think this is where it belongs, learning more about this case, learning more about him. I think if Spirit's telling me to work on it, then I'm going to be okay. Like I said, the last 2 focused readings, I was fine. Jesus, you guys, come on. It's like right when I get on live, everybody comes around and is like, hey, I don't know if they feel the energy or what, because no matter what, every time I come on live, there's going to be spirit energy. That's just the way it is. So they're pushing me. I think it'll be okay. At least one more reading. If I feel I need to, I'll do 2. But I think I'm just going to do one more. I kind of miss working with them and all of that. But like I said, I think it was a little different when I was working that way and doing the auto rights. Now, back when I did the auto rights, I didn't realize that I was getting all that past, present, and future, different cases kind of thing. They do, because they're just all the cats, especially because cats are, they walk on the ethereal plane. So they're really good to have around if you work it with spirit and you need protection, because they will walk around and they will follow a ghost and they will see what they want. So they're really good to have. They're really good to have around when you're working with spirit and you need protection. They're good protectors. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. Like I said, when I did the 10 auto rights, I not only got that case, I got a lot of cases. There was a lot of spirits lined up. There was a lot of interconnects. So I'm sure that there's stuff in there that I don't even know that it probably happened because I have not reread over it in a very long time. There are a couple people that I do know about that I have validated now that fit a lot of that stuff. And I have said in my group who I thought could be involved or know about it. So, I don't know. I just feel like it's a good time to do it. Also, I think it's, isn't Libby's birthday in December? I think it is. Sorry, cat's rubbing on the camera. So we'll see how that goes. No promises, but I will do what I can. Also, I don't know if you guys have looked at the world events videos that I've done, but a lot of that stuff has come true. I don't think people have realized, but I've kept track, and I know a couple other people have kept track. And I try to post any validation that I find in the group. So if you guys haven't watched the world events auto rights, watch it. I think you'll be interested to see how much of that has come true. And there was a vision that I had about the political thing that I did not put out because I did not want to be attacked because people are crazy. So I did say it to a couple people, took screenshots and posted it in the group after the fact because, yeah, people scare me. So there's that. That's what's coming up. Then after that, I need to figure out what case I want to work on next. I have probably 200 or 300 cases in the case request. And it's hard to work cases and not have anybody in the area to go look. So I struggle with working cases like that. But I know that any case that I can work on, I should work on. So I did a few readings on Linda. As you guys know, I can never say her last name. But I had gotten information on her in Dulce when I had gotten about the blue bonnet. And hi, Tara, my little earth angel. You will have to watch from the beginning. So, anyways, what I was saying is I had worked Linda's case. I had done 3 readings, but I had gotten information on her prior. And my teammate Ashley was like, look, I think you got information on her before with the blue bonnet and a few other things. So I ended up working that case. And if you go back into Dulce's readings, you can see that. And I might have picked it up somewhere else. I can't remember. As you know, I get future information, which makes it super, super confusing sometimes, right? When I get future information because I don't know it's the future. But I do. Or my cases interconnect because they're similar or whatever. I don't know anybody else that works like that, and it is super confusing. And why Spirit does that with me, I have no idea, but I'm just the messenger. So anyways, I worked Linda's case. I was getting can you quit rubbing on the computer? Jeez. Hi, Chantel. I was getting information, it was it looked like an abandoned area. I had gotten an abandoned building that was kind of hidden. I had gotten reference to a lot of farm stuff, so possibly even an abandoned farm because I was shown abandoned silos and things like that. And I know Dark Rose got a lot of the same stuff as I did. They're super annoying tonight. Sorry. And I usually don't watch other psychics. I was done with my 3rd reading. I went to go watch because everybody was telling me that. And we did. We saw the exact same stuff, similar stuff, right? So I know I had gotten like beaver and a couple other things. So I watched her and I tried to message her because I wanted to talk to her about something about where she has the area for. And I had someone helping me out in the area to go look, but he got really weird and he's not wanting to do it anymore. So I might contact the search team, but I don't know if they're going to listen to me. That's the whole thing about with these gifts and trying to get people to listen to you. It's super, super frustrating. And I'll go into even how more frustrated I am in a minute. So I really don't have anybody to look into it, but I had watched her last video, saying Old Mill Road. And I said, okay, that's interesting. This cat is really annoying me right now. And I said, so if I go on the map and I start at Beaver, because I had no idea where it was. I think I looked it up and then I went off the map for a few days and I told the people in the group about it. But I said, if I go on the map at Beaver, because I got Beaver, there's a Beaver Dam Road. I said, if I go there, it was, it's higher up. Hi, brother-in-law. It's your new sister. That's funny. So anyways, I said, I thought if I start at Beaver and if I end up there, then there's something to it. If I end up there and if I end up there and I feel something, then there's something to it. So I blindly was on the map for about an hour and a half, feeling my way around, because working Suzanne's case, for some reason, my feelers have opened up, which I've prayed for a long time, because I'm not good at maps right now and feeling locations. I mean, there's times that I feel that I'm in an area, but I'm not sure it is. Seriously, cat. 1 second. Well, Mid-Nuggets over here. She gets super annoying. So, now she's gone. Thank God. I love her to death, but she gets so annoying sometimes. She was in my garage abandoned. Her and her sister and her brother. So, anyways, what I was saying was I started at Beaver Dam Road and I was on the map for about an hour and a half. And I was going all over the map. And I was finding different roads that I was drawn to on the way. And I was starting to learn to feel how it feels to be pulled. So I don't know. I don't know what that comment's about. No, I'm not going to wear a trash bag. Okay, let me get my thought out before I'm going to keep going off the radar here. So there was a couple of roads I have been drawn to before last time I was on there. Can't figure out if you're a troll or not, but you're really messing up my train of thought. So that's what I was saying. So I noticed that there was a road that was called I got it in Gannon, Cambridge. I noticed there was a road that was called Cambridge, and that my cases interconnect. So I thought that was interesting. I was around an old folks home. I was around an old folks home, what she had said, and that we can get things passed on the way or in the vicinity, right? So there was also a couple words I got recently in Suzanne, evergreen and something else. Yeah, I've been, I haven't really had much problem with trolls lately, but I really didn't have anybody to do it. So thank you. I don't know how to do that though. Anyway, so there was that Cambridge, and it reminded me of Gannon, and I said, oh, that's interesting. There was, I had seen it before. It was something, I was feeling stuff on the Cambridge. Okay. So, I was feeling it from, I was getting little hits on Beaver. I just couldn't pinpoint where. I was getting little hits on there, and I was getting little hits on Cambridge. And Cambridge crossed into, I can't remember the name of the damn road now, but they kind of intercross. And it's also, it was a word I was drawn to, and I think something I'd gotten before, so I thought it was interesting. So I'm following, I'm going all around, I swear. Every time I wanted to go more to my right, it felt wrong. So I brought myself back. And I was kind of just following, and I remember seeing the Beacon Light Road, and I was drawn to that when I used to be on the map for hours when we were working on her case before. And I said, okay, that's interesting. So I follow Beacon Light, and then I see this road Hammond, and I got Hammond a while ago in Brittany Hammond's reading, I think, but it was almost separate than her name. So I thought that was interesting. And I'll be damned if I didn't hit Old Mill Road. And I got hit hard. So there's something to that. I do have to tell Dark Road. I was trying to email her, but she didn't respond to my comment. I was trying to email her to tell her that I felt it too, because we got the same information on that case. And I said to myself, and I said to my group, if I end up at this road without looking for it, then there's something there. And I did. I didn't know where I was going or anything like that. I was just following the different roads that I felt drawn to the words and the way that I felt pulled on the map. And it doesn't mean she's there. It could be evidence or whatever. We're always pulled to different places for a reason. But I couldn't believe I hit it. And I told my group, I said, oh my gosh, I ran into the road, and I did feel something at that area. I got kind of hit hard, because sometimes I'll feel it in my stomach. Sometimes I'll feel it. My big tell is if I feel like I get smashed in the face, and I get a headache. Headache is major with me. So if I get a headache, I know that there's a reason. Could be anywhere along that road, not necessarily. But I noticed the preserve had really tall grass, which is what I kept seeing, and also silos. So I don't know if anybody's watching this. They need to search that area, because, like I said, Dark Rose got it. You can watch her video. But I told myself, okay, I'm not going to look for it or anything. I'm going to start at Old Beaver Dam Road, because I got Beaver. So I was going by my own reading. I got Beaver, and I was going to follow what I felt, and I ended up there. And what was interesting, it's right near a pumpkin patch as well, and right near 30 freeway. And I heard it's by his old house. So it does kind of make sense. The guy I was working with said, well, everybody says she's up in the mountains. Well, they could be picking up on Suzanne. Okay. I mean, I was being shown hills and roads too, but as you know, I have different people come in my readings, and sometimes it's hard to decipher. And I know that Suzanne took over some of that reading. So I just want to put that out there to validate that for them, that I also got hit hard on that road. And I found it without looking for it. So that says a lot, because that never happens to me. But since my feelers are starting to work better and everything, it was a huge validation. Not only that my feelers are working better, and I'm starting to understand them more, and I'm starting to know how it feels to be pulled, but also that, by getting hit hard, there's some kind of reason I was hit hard there. But the person that I was working for refuses to look, because him and searchers think she's somewhere else. Well, they haven't found her by now. It doesn't hurt to look in another area. I mean, they're already wasting time looking everywhere else. What's the difference, right? So I might email them. I don't know if they're going to listen to me. If anybody knows anybody in that area or whatever, I just wanted to put that out there as a validation for her, that I was pulled to it as well without knowing where it was. Okay, so now I don't normally do that, but I was just curious if I ended up in the same spot, and I did. And I have been all over that map. And remember when I got lemons in Suzanne? Well, tripped me out, because I was looking for something else, and I ended up on Lemon Street in Bird in Hand. So I don't know what significance that means, but there's a lemon road there, at Bird in Hand, and you kind of can take that over to where I was at. You can definitely take it to Beaver Dam. But I did have a couple hits on Beaver Dam. I just couldn't pinpoint where in that area. So, anyways, those are those two cases. Now I want to talk a little bit about Suzanne and why I'm so frustrated and why I'm probably not going to do any more readings on it. One thing is that there's so many psychic mediums working on this case that it is draining Suzanne's energy and it is muffling everything up. When you get a bunch of psychic mediums working on one case, sometimes it can be good, but there's, just like anything, there can be too much of something. Okay. And I learned this from my mentor. When you get too many people working on it, it muffles the energy, it splits her up, it makes it hard, and it confuses things. I should have started it back in May when I first got the name Barry, a few weeks before Suzanne went missing. And I first realized that it was her husband. And I went and I told Trucy that. And she said, "Oh, you think so?" And I said, "Yeah, I got his name. There's validation right there. There's no other reason for me to get his name." So I also got it a year before in Mackenzie's reading. And if you guys know what happened to Mackenzie, you can see the kind of interconnect to her. That's when I first got Barry. Then I was working the case Katie, I think. Can't remember her name. I didn't put it out, but it's in the group. The reason why I didn't put it out is I didn't want her body moved. And I kept getting Barry in that, both readings. About a week later, Suzanne went missing. So when it happened, I already knew. So I should have worked it back then, but I can't remember what was going on. I think I had other cases, and then I was going to work it. And then my teammate Ashley said, well, I'm hoping so. That's why I'm mentioning this stuff. I don't know who knows who, you know. But it's best to just put it out there the best way I can. And it's hard to match up my cases. It's like super hard. But there's something interesting that I found out also. The reason why I kept getting referenced back to Gannon is because a lot of stuff from Suzanne was mentioned in Gannon. And if you go back through, you can see what is. And what's really interesting and really like got me was I got the name Matt, okay, right before Barry was described. Now, I heard that there was a picture of him in the description, you know, looking how I described, dressed up like a cowboy, kind of with the belt buckle and the flannel looking shirt and all that, in a white truck. When I read back over, I'm like, who does that remind me of, right? When I went back over Gannon's. But right before that, I got Matt. What's interesting is that during the time I was working Suzanne, someone contacted me and asked me to work on their friend, whose name is Matthew. Matt is obviously short for Matthew. Understand the timing of this, okay? It came out right before Barry was described in Gannon's reading. This is the third reading. You can look it up. We were able to locate him. Wasn't a good ending. Won't say his last name here. Actually circled where he was at. Gave also another area because I kept being pulled to another area. I'm not really sure why. I heard there's a few missing people in that area. And sadly, he was found a couple days later. But see, Spirit knows when I'm going to work on cases before I even know I'm going to work on cases. So that kind of blew me away. And I didn't even notice it till I went back to what I had posted about Barry being described in Gannon's third reading. Right before that is Matt. And I worked on the cases at the same time. So it all came about timing. So that was pretty interesting. It all came about timing. And I don't know if this will validate or if it's an interconnect to Dark Rose, because also with Linda, she said something about Suzanne, because she did a couple cases at one time in one video. A pipe has to do with that case. I don't know if it's an interconnect to Suzanne, because she was getting a pipe for Suzanne. I've never gotten that, so I won't say anything about that. I only go by what I get. And as you guys know, I try to stay as blind as possible, and I try not to watch other people's readings. I mostly watched it for Linda because I felt like I was done with Linda. So that might be validation for her, or it might be an interconnect. I don't know, because I've never gotten that for her. So the other thing I want to talk about is I have given 4 places that I feel that really need to be checked. And what was interesting is that right by Walmart, behind where the people he contracts with, I got hit in the stomach really hard. I had a really bad stomach ache, a lot of pain, and it came out of nowhere right when I hit that area. So I knew it wasn't me. It's connected to that area. I had to literally get off the mat and lay down, and it was gone. I found out that Suzanne actually did have stomach issues. So that was validation for me. Now, whenever I give areas, it doesn't necessarily mean it's her, but it could be evidence. It could be her. Like I said, I could be picking up other missing people, because as we know, I just found out there's a lot of missing people in Colorado I wasn't aware of. So when I put areas that I say would need to be checked out, I'm not just saying walk on by or walk over it or stand here and look over there. I mean, they need to be checked thoroughly with dogs or whatever. And you got to think, this guy, he ain't stupid. I hate to say that, because I don't like him just as much as you guys don't. But psychopaths are smart. And people can say all the time, well, they wouldn't put a body there because it's too close to town, or they wouldn't put it there because it doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, but I've seen a lot of cases. I've worked a lot of cases where you would be surprised where people are found. They're found right in the middle of a town and park, in a dumpster, freaking off the side of the road. Where was Stephanie? Off the side of the road. Everybody said she was moved there later on. No, because I never got she was anywhere else. She was there the entire time, and nobody saw her. That goes to show how easy a body or remains evidence can be missed. Look at Lizzie, Utah. They walked right over her, and she wasn't even buried. I think twice before they found her. And she wasn't even far from home or anything. So, when areas are checked, and I'm so thankful that Adventure Dude listened to me, and, he went to areas, but, he's one person, can't do it on his own. And, when you search, you need more than just yourself sometimes. If he did bury her, which I strongly feel, because that's what I was told and shown, I could be wrong. I'm not perfect, but he's a landscaper. He's a contractor. And just because he went in the water doesn't mean she's in water. Just because he was seen coming out of the water, he could have done that to throw everybody off, just like he's done everything else to throw everybody off. And as far as the wall, I've never gotten the wall. If I haven't gotten it, I'm not going to say it. That wall was done a year prior. It makes no sense to me. He just seems too smart for that. So along with my visions and stuff, I also kind of think logically about some things. So behind that area could be anywhere close. Like, we could get within miles. But what's interesting is if you go behind that area that I was just talking about, behind the contractors that he contracts with, and you follow the Monarch Trail down, it goes to that hillside road, which I thought was interesting as well, which we all know I got hillside, and that area over there is very interesting. It leads to M's house. There's a lot of energy over M's house. So, when I give areas, like, it's already been said the cabin was checked, but I'm not talking about like the cabin area. I'm talking about that as a reference point. Sometimes spirit will give reference points. Okay. So, for instance, the spiral that I kept painting on my dressers before I took this case, and there ends up being a spiral drive or whatever, spiral lookout, that could just be to validate that town or somewhere close or something like that. It doesn't necessarily mean it's in that direct area. When I say a cabin, when I'm describing the cabin, and there's a lot on that cabin that validates. Not only does it look like my visions, but it also, there's an eagle on it. She said, eagle, what are the odds of that? There's construction going on right by that area. So I don't necessarily mean like directly at the cabin, but in the vicinity, because it can be a reference point. And again, if it's snowing and stuff, I mean, and he had some time, and he's a landscaper, he knows how to bury things and make it look like they were never touched. You're going to need dogs. I just don't feel like she will be found without dogs in this situation. And, you know, like I said, she will give reference points. So that place is important for some reason. I did not realize how close it was to their house. And there's back roads to this area. And I did get vacation home in my reading. So it does make a lot of sense. I know that we can't really do anything with the Denver house, but she gave that exact location for some reason. And the new development, I'd like to know how much has been developed there. Had they start building the little waterfall fountain? Because I got both. Because it wouldn't be hard for him to let go and put her in there when, you know, off time and build stuff over her. There's a reason that I keep getting the new development. So, or, you know, he could never want her found, or I think at this point, you know, he could have went along with this story and said, oh, she got kidnapped and put her somewhere easy to find, but I don't think he wanted that. And I'm starting to wonder if, you know, she's enough to find or findable or something. But I don't think I'm going to work on the case anymore because I'm getting super, super frustrated. It doesn't mean I won't come back to it later, but I know that I'm feeling those areas for a reason, and I keep coming back to them. I don't want to go anywhere else. If I don't want to go anywhere else, there's a reason for it, and I've learned that the hard way because I've had people pull me away, just like Gannon. Gannon, I kept feeling he was far away, and every time, and I told this to my group, every time I'd look at the map, I'd like want to go way up the map. Not exactly know where, but I just kept being pulled up. I pulled way up it, like through the states. And I didn't listen. I didn't listen because everybody kept telling me, no, 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 no. So I told myself then, I just got to feel a spirit. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to have people tell me, you know, it doesn't make sense or they can't be there or whatever because you just don't know. People put them in all kinds of places. You'd be surprised how many are found just off the side of the road or just off a trail. So I go by what I get. I don't go by what I think someone might do. And he's super smart. He planned this. He planned it because, like, I don't feel she was killed on Sunday at all. I feel like she was killed Saturday night. I kept getting 11. So he had more time than what people think. And he knew the area, and he already had it plotted in his mind where he was going to put her and what he was going to do. It wasn't like some random thing, and he wasn't just going to go. I don't feel he was just going to go down and throw her in the water. I mean, to me, it doesn't make sense. I've never gotten water, unless it's an interconnect with Matt, because I did feel cold and wet with Matt, but I haven't felt that with her. So, but at the same time, like I said, you got a lot of people working on it. Energy's not as strong, really hard to tap in, really hard for her to give you good information. First reading was very strong. After that, it hasn't been as strong. So, gonna try. Who was that? Let's see. Here, lady, I'm gonna see if I can add you as moderator. I don't know. There, I learned how to do it. Yay! I don't know how to block. I don't know how to block people. No, cancel. Crap. I hope I didn't. Oh, you do? Okay. Hold on. I hope I didn't. Hope that wasn't your. Shoot. I hope I didn't report your your comment 77. It's right above this one, and I clicked it, and it. I hope it wasn't yours. If it was, I'm sorry. It was an accident. Crap. I hope you don't get in trouble. That was such an accident. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Well, do you know how do you block them? Okay, so I'll just let you deal with that. I usually don't have trolls, so it's odd for that to happen. I didn't even read it, but I won't stand for it. Suzanne. Well, I've talked about a few different people, but at the current moment, that's who I'm talking about. The thing people have to understand is that we all have contracts when we come here. So this is Suzanne's contract. This is her contract with Barry and everybody else involved. So it's not really going to help to communicate with her dad, because this is not her dad's lessons. This is not her dad's contract. Okay. So anyways, what I was saying was, oh yeah, I don't know that I'm going to work on this case anymore, just because I and also somebody that was working with me tried to reach out to the other searchers that were out there, Dapper Bros and I think AK. No one ever responded. Either they're just working with their own sidekicks and they don't want to hear any more information, which I completely understand. But it's not going to do me any good to just keep doing readings and nothing being followed up on. You know what I mean? It's not up to me to find anybody as well. That's up to the authorities, which we know there's an issue there. My job is to put out the information that I get. I can research it a little bit and I can try to find her and I can say what I'm getting, but that's it. It's not, I can only do so much from where I am, and it gets extremely frustrating when I, and Suzanne would understand that. I've tried to go to different areas for her, and it doesn't feel right. I keep going back to where I was, and the only time when I was in those areas, I did get hit. I get a severe headache. I get nausea. So whether it's her or whether it's someone else that's missing Colorado, or for some other reason, that's why I got it. And I really hope that I didn't get 7 MCL in trouble. Okay, because I was trying to report the Black Widows. That's a perfect name for her. Comment or him. Probably Barry or one of his trolls, but I have to say everyone is innocent till proven guilty. We all know that, but I mean everybody talks about it anyways. Called freedom of speech. So I hope I didn't get you in trouble because you're right above hers. So Okay. Well, that one didn't. Well, he didn't need a but. No, just get rid of that person because we already know that person's a troll. You don't need to hide him, her, him, whatever it is. Troll. Okay, so it is super frustrating for me, and I spend a lot of time and energy on it, and I've spent a few weeks on it, and this case has made me feel more than any other case has. I had extreme back pain with her, to where I was going to do live and I couldn't do anything else. I had to sit on the heating pad. Yes, I have back pain as it is. I do get really bad back pain as it is, but this was different than what I normally feel. And I was told that her cancer had caused that in her. So she was very strong there for quite a while. But there comes a time where I can't do anything else, and I spend so much time on one person that there's a lot of other cases that I could work. There's a lot of missing people, and there's a lot of people that need help. So, there comes a time where I just have to. I usually stop at about 3 readings. If I need any more, I'll do it. But I mean, like I said, I can always come back to her later when the energy's kind of settled. I think the energy's just too crazy right now. I think everybody's just pulling at her too much and all of that. And I mean, there may not be anything where I'm saying, but just following from the readings and following what I feel on the map and the places that I hit and that I get pulled to and that I keep going back to, there's got to be a reason for it. I don't know what the reason is because I'm not in Colorado, but there's got to be a reason for it. So there's different areas in Denver I was pulled to as well. I don't necessarily know that it's her. Apparently there's some missing people out there I didn't know about. And I have a way of doing that where I will pick up on, I'll get stuff or I'll be pulled to names or whatever. I have a whole list that I make. I started making a list when it just would come randomly, or I'd be on a map and I'd be really pulled to this name, and it would, or like I would name an animal something and it would hit a case. It's trip out. Like Hazel. I got Hazel really long time ago when I put it on my list. I think it was last year. Well, then I started bottle feeding this cat and I named her Hazel. And a couple days later, like there was someone found at Hazel Park or something like that. Tripped me out. So just little things like that happen. And, I'll give a reading and a couple days later it'll fit. Some of it will fit this person that's just found. And us in my group, we kind of trip out. So I find buddies I'm not trying to find, whether it's just validation or not, because they don't give me a state and city. I wish they would. It would make it a lot easier. But I don't know. I know one thing I did keep hearing for a few days was the construction. And I do know that there's construction in a couple of these sites that I'm talking about. Could also be symbolic, if you know what I mean. So, I don't know. I've been thinking about it over the last couple of days. And like I said, it's hard to work on cases when you don't got anybody to really, with the resources to listen to you, which happens in every case because cops don't listen to me. No one listens to me, even though I have a pretty good track record. No one listens. So it is super frustrating. I have to learn to just do my readings, put the information out, and leave it alone. Because sometimes I get super obsessed with the cases, which I did on Suzanne. I worked night and day for a few weeks, and I drained myself out. And, Well, I do, but at the same time, um, if no one's willing to, I mean, I can't say no one because, like I said, Adventure Dude, he's been helpful, but he needs more than just him. Spent a lot of time in water. I guess people said she's in water. I don't feel that, but that's what I get. And I'm not the only one that kind of felt that. So, and if she was in water, she still wouldn't be up there, I don't think. But who freaking knows, right? I just had never gotten that, and I can't say something that I've never gotten. I go by what Spirit tells me, and I give you guys what Spirit tells me. And so different areas. I thought it was kind of interesting that I was wearing the monarch butterfly sweatshirt last time I did her reading, or last time I recorded her reading, and I kept saying I was drawn to monarch for some reason for like a week, and I ignored it, and then that happened to be significant. So I think that was a huge, because where I found that sweatshirt was like on the way out of the store, to where I couldn't have missed it. It was like right there. So that being said, I think it was a huge sign. I really do. I think it was a huge sign. I get signs like that. Things like that happen to me. Well, I haven't felt that he's moved her recently. I think she's in a spot where he can't really move her without it being too suspicious. And like I said, I feel like she's spread out. And thank you, Janine, for saying that. I hope I said your name right. I understand that. But my areas that I'm talking about, the places that I need looked at in the way I need them looked aren't getting done, and it's not really his fault. I think it's just a reference point, Mercedes, because I think it's a reference point. But the weird thing is right at the end of that spiral road or whatever is that hillside road. So it's definitely, there's a reason that is together, because I didn't know hillside was there. I'd never seen it before. So there's a reason that I was drawing the spirals on my dresser. They're all over my dresser. Now they're stuck there. I added leaves to them because they looked weird. But I kept seeing it just like you would, just kind of like, how it goes like that. And I was like, okay, I need to draw it. But I didn't realize. So, well, like I said, the trees that were planted, those need to be looked into. I got boulders in my group. For some reason, I don't know what it means. I think that new development is super important. I think the area I'm talking about behind the construction, I don't know what's behind there. I don't know. I don't know if he ever goes there. I don't really know. I just know that I got hit hard there for some reason. And like I said, the spiral leads to the hillside that goes up to leads to M's property. Now, if you guys remember, she mentioned the Vallow case. And where were the Vallow kids? On the boyfriend's property. Now, if you switch it, that's how I took it. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's how I took it. Because I keep ending up back over there accidentally, not meaning to. So I think airport might interconnect, or that people are getting it for Linda, because I did see an airport road there by where I was at, and for Linda. And I've been getting airplanes for quite a while now. Came out a lot in Dulce. Church came out a lot in Dulce. I do think that there's something at one of these churches that he attends, or I don't know if he attends a church or he has anything to do with the church, or George does, whatever. I know Buena Vista, I got hit hard too looking at the church. I don't know if it's that church or not, but it is a church that, he would be able to. Maybe a church he worked any landscaping in any of the churches or not. But like I said, there comes a point where like I can't do anymore. You know what I mean? I put out the information, I tell who I need to tell, and then it's kind of like I just gotta let it go, because otherwise I will stress out over every case. And I do that. I tend to do that. I did that with Stephanie. I started to do that with Suzanne. And so I, like I said, the areas that I've told you guys about are the ones that I feel strongest about. And every time I want to get away from there, it feels wrong. So there's a reason for that. I'm trying to listen to the ongoing feelings that I have about those areas. And, they've got to be for a reason. And for me to, if I want to go try to look somewhere else, it feels wrong. So there's got to be a reason for that. I mean, I don't know. I felt that at other times, and then I've left the area. And matter of fact, in Matt's case, I circled it, then I left. And at that point, when I circled it, it felt right. It matched the reading. And then I left. Why I left, I don't know. The other person that is connected to him lived in that area that I left to, so that could be why. But but then when we went back over, we're like, oh, I had it. You know what I mean? And it wasn't, and I felt a headache and stuff. It wasn't super strong, but it was there. And so it's kind of that thing. Like in Stephanie, for instance, okay? That area where she was found, I had taken screenshots and I had posted it in my group, and I kept saying, I feel drawn to this area. I can't get away from it. I can't get away from it. And I had already said she was off the road, because in the very beginning of her reading, I heard, you'll find me along the side of the road. And then 9 had come in and all that. So obviously she was off 9, and I kept looking for where the counties ended, because she made me feel like she was right over county line, which she was. In this area, I took many screenshots, and I kept it. My pools and fills weren't as strong as they are now, but I kept going back to it. So why did I keep going back to it? Well, we found out when she was found there why I kept going back to it. But like, her family wouldn't talk to me unless I knew an exact area, and nothing screams and yells at me, yeah, that's it. It's just that I kept going back to it, which is what I keep doing now. So if learning anything from the past cases I've done, if I keep going back to it, there's a reason for it. And the fact that I kept going back to where there was a street name that I didn't know or I didn't see prior, and I got it in the reading, is another validation for me as well. So, right. Can't be attached. I gotta learn to do, right. I think it's in an area where he keeps watch. That's why I think I'm so, yes, the cabin is important for some reason, and I don't really know why, because she showed it in 2 separate readings, and she showed it from her being on the balcony and looking out at the pond. Of course, in the vision, the pond seemed further away. So, but when you look at the pictures of that, that's how it looks. When you look at the ground pictures, it does look further away. So she had showed, it could just be that she liked it there. If they went there, I don't know. Or there's a cabin that she liked that was like this. Because when I saw the front of it, it did look like what I was trying to draw. But I don't know if there's a lot of people around the area or not. I'm not really sure. I heard that he went hunting a little bit after this. He could have had her somewhere else and then moved her to there. There's a reason for it. I don't know what's there, but she's brought it up twice. And then when we found it, it seemed right because it happened to be a monarch. And it's already been brought up, so I'm just going to talk about it because it's already been mentioned on other videos. So the other development is I keep going back there as well, and I just wish I knew how much what he's built on and how much was developed there. Because it wouldn't be hard, if it was a project he was working on by himself, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. But there comes a point where I just gotta give what I get and leave it and move on because I've got about 200 or 300 cases in my case submissions. That's just in the group. I think I might even have more in the message because I put them all into a message group so that I could go and scroll back. So I'm not really sure what case I'm going to work at next, except for like I said, I want to do Delphi. I want to do at least one more reading on that because the girls are calling me back. It's not because I want to, but because I'm feeling guided to. And I always try to go where I'm guided. But what's weird is, for a long time, it's one case after another has kind of NorCal. Right. Exactly, and that's what came through in the reading is that he's able to see her and watch her and everything, probably when he's working or drive by, or it's just an area that he knows about. And what was validating to me is that after I had gotten that area, someone had said that they saw him, who they thought was him, coming out of the woods at 4 o'clock in the morning. What was he doing in the woods at 4 o'clock in the morning? Who knows? And I always want to kind of go across from that new development too. But the weird thing was there was a sewing shop in that new development area, which I didn't know existed. So that was validation. But then for some reason, I want to go across the road for some reason. I don't know why. And there's a Waters Church on the other side. So that could just be a reference area. It could be across from the new development. These are just areas that would be nice if they could go over them with dogs. Not like it's going to make a difference because if the dogs sit on them, they're not going to do anything, just like before. Whenever I got in the live, whenever I got the trees that I did before, I didn't even know about that. Everybody started messaging me after telling me that there was trees the dogs hit on and stuff. And they didn't do anything about it, which is crazy to me. Just like CBI never checked the hotel room. Crazy to me. They didn't really check the house out that much. Crazy. I don't understand. I have no idea. They haven't showed me. Cases like this can go either way. It's just like we it's just like our lives. Like there's one main highway with many different paths. So depending on who helps with this case, if they do the right thing, she can be found. She showed me that it's possible that she could be found, but if everybody follows, if nobody follows, then how are they gonna find her? So I mean, I don't know. They don't always give me a month. She didn't give me any months, and she didn't give me any time frames or anything like that, which I do get in cases, and it usually is correct. But she didn't give anything on that. So, well, I think it goes to Monarch. I didn't see the Monarch butterfly. I was drawn to that name Monarch for about a week, and I kind of ignored it because I didn't really know or understand why. And I should know better than to ignore things. About the end of that week, I was picking up a couple things for my son in Ross, and that sweatshirt was sitting. Someone had put it down. They decided they didn't want it. And so I saw it, and something pulled me to it, and I got it. So I think it was just a sign. And I think it's for the Monarch area because of either that or a road monarch or trail monarch. It's interesting that the trail behind that place where I got the stomach ache is Monarch Trail. And also 15th Street is really close to that. 7th Street is really close to that. 3rd Street is really close to that. So that's funny. Um, well, I think that I got very in the Delphi because, like I told you guys, and I didn't realize this until about a year or so later, that I got multiple cases in that past, present, and future. So not everything is the girls. You have to kind of pick through. There's other stuff that goes to other cases and other missing people and other murder cases and things like that. Some have been solved and are in the past. Some haven't or in the future, and some are, it was present. Um, I did get a lot of masonry stuff in that. Read in the Delphi auto rights, and it kind of all came in together. And I did get a lot of hunting stuff in the Delphi thing as well. Um, yeah, I know they aren't, and that's why I wanted to do my nonprofit because I know it's a bitch to get. It's a bitch to get dogs. It's a bitch to get searchers, and I'm getting damn frustrated for it. So, one day when I get the right people together and I do the nonprofit, we won't have to worry about getting dogs anymore. But and that's just my suggestion. Just because of how I feel in those areas, like I said, it may be nothing. I could be picking up on things left behind by someone else. I don't know. I just know that I keep going back to the same areas, and I can't get away from it. So much that it's got me completely frustrated that I just don't think I can help anymore if no one's gonna look thoroughly. Um, so I mean, yeah, if those areas could be searched, I mean, as much as they could do it, up to even, like I said, we can get in within a few miles. Sometimes we get right on. Sometimes we get with like really close. It just depends. Um, but I felt like when I got that shirt that it was, well, it kind of reminded me of my grandma because my grandma really loved butterflies, but it also felt for Suzanne. It felt like it was for Suzanne in some way, shape, or form. So that's why I got it. It has astrology on the back. But yeah. And it's hard to get, I understand. It costs money, it costs time, all of that. But they're searching other areas. What's the difference? They're following other psychics. What's the difference? So I thought about trying to channel information from Barry. I thought about that because I've done that before. But I don't know. I don't know if it'll be much help. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. Because I've had times where it's helped and it's given a little more inkling, and then times where they're able to block it and I don't get anything. So it would depend, but I don't know if it'll be helpful, and I don't know if I should really spend the time doing it. I don't know. It's much harder to channel stuff off of a live person than it is a deceased person for me, anyways. But I have been able to get into minds of killers before, like in Delphi. So, and in other cases, sometimes they do that with me. But I don't know. They followed other psychics and they spent a lot of time searching other areas. I mean, it's not going to hurt. The information's here. I feel like I've done my part, all that I can do from where I am. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't, like I said, psychic mediums are just there to put out the information, hopefully give areas, and just kind of leave it. We can't keep going and going and going with it. We have to move on to another case. So I think I'm just too frustrated right now. I might come back later, but it's been very frustrating to get anybody to listen to me, which, because there's been other psychic mediums working on this for a long time. But like I said, I got the information way a year before she ever went missing, and then right before she went missing. So I was aware of the case and everything. It's just I was in the middle of doing other things and I couldn't get to it. I feel like I came in at the right time. However, I'm just hoping that maybe something will click one day. Maybe one day this information will be helpful. One day the information that I give will be helpful. I felt really close to her, like when I was working the case and when I was on the map, and I kept saying, but I'm so close. I'm so close. I feel like I could find her. I feel like that's how I felt. And I've never felt like that with any of my cases that I've worked. Not even Stephanie. And I had her area and I had everything with her. I was very lost because I didn't know I had it. But with her, it felt different. I felt close, or I felt, I don't know. I felt like I was giving the right information. It felt close. It makes sense. So she understands, and she knows she can come to me anytime she needs to come to me in my dreams or random visions or whatever, if she needs to show me something specific of where she's at. She can do that anytime. I give her permission to do that. Usually my guides are pretty strong on their boundaries and they don't allow that from a lot of spirits, but I leave it open for her if she can. And like I said, if I ever feel like I need to come back, I will, just like Delphi. I've left and I've come back, and I've left and I've come back. Like I said, I wanted to try that Tara, but it's not as easy as channeling someone that's deceased. It's just not. Sometimes they can block it. And I feel for some reason, I don't know if masonry does magic, and if he's been able to block or trick people. But I think that if they do that, I don't know much about masonry. I looked about a lot of it in Delphi because I got a lot of it during the Delphi readings. And as far as I knew, I think they do dip into some magic, some dark magic. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to block off his energy and things like that. I might try it. I don't know. I'm still thinking. I'm still thinking about it. But if they tap into that magic, it could be a lot of why some of the psychics are confused, why they're changing, why they're, you know what I mean? There could be reasons for a lot of different things. But I think he's tricked a lot of people. I think that, like I said, I think he's done things to throw people off. We all know that shirt was planted. We all know that, right? But he did it to throw everybody off. I think that he's done different things to throw people off. Maybe even going in the water or whatever. Going to different areas. She keeps mentioning Indiana. That's something I can't let go of either. She could be anywhere from here to Indiana. Who knows? There's been times I felt like I wish I knew where he goes into Indiana. But because I still haven't really found, I know in the vision in the first reading, which my first readings are usually the most accurate because I am completely blind and hers was the most vivid. Now I did see him walk behind a golf course. I did not realize how big golf was to them, to him and his buddies. I just have not been able to find a golf course with woods behind it, except for Evergreen had it. And I don't know if they golf there. So I would be interested in where they golf at and if there's any that has some woods behind it. Because I did see him drive it on a road, it passes the golf course and it goes past the golf course and it turns left and it goes up. And it goes up past the golf course and it looks like there's hold on a second. Hey, chill out. Weirdo. Sorry about that. The cat freaking grabbed onto the bird cage like an idiot. Anyways, so the road, like I want to come from this way. I don't know if that makes a sense, but you go past the golf you go past the golf course, and across from that feels like there's mountains or something on the other side, and the river's on the other side. And you go right past it, and then there's a road that goes up. You would turn left up, and then you go left up that road, and behind it is a forest. Sorry, wasn't me, it was the cat. He was trying to jump on top because I had blankets on top of the bird cage. He's trying to jump on top of it, and he missed, and he grabbed onto the bird cage, and I had to go make sure he wasn't going to topple it over. So that's the golf course I was looking for that I haven't been able to find. It would be interesting to know where they played at, and I could match it up. Match it up. So, and that's what I think. Did anybody else just see that go in front of me? Maybe I'm just tripping out. When I got masonry stuff in Delphi Auto Rights, you can read about that. I think it's connected to dark magic and stuff and ritualistic crap. I got a lot of licking off blood off knives and things like dark magic stuff. And I think that is why I was being attacked in my sleep. I tapped into some stuff that it was not good to tap into. So I agree with that, Rose. I got a lot of that in the Delphi Auto Rights. And I thought about that the other day about trying to, but I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I can do really good at it and sometimes I can't. I mean, it will be worth a try, I guess. But like I said, I don't know. I could try it. Would you stop? I love you, but calm down. Your nails. Oh my goodness gracious, you're not big. Or you're not little. You're laying on top of her head. This dog thinks she's little and she's not. Okay. Yeah, right. And I know that Delphi was connected through drugs and stuff like that. I'm not saying he's connected to Delphi. I'm just saying that I picked him up probably because of the interconnect of Indiana and the interconnect of the masonry. He's not a baby, but she thinks she is. This is Eli's dog. Well, used to be. Might as well say she's mine now. Okay, calm down. It's okay. What are you doing? Look at you. Look weird. Okay. All right. I know it does that. She's being super annoying right now. Okay, stop. Quit acting like you're possessed. So, I don't know. He was just clumsy. I'm glad he didn't pull over my bird cage though. Shit. He just missed trying to jump up there. Because they all jump on. That's why, I put the blankets up there because I cover up the birds at night, but it stays on top because the cats like to lay on top of the bird cage because it's up high. And they never have a problem jumping up, but for some reason he did. Can you stop? She always likes to lick my face and I can't handle it. What is wrong with you? Okay, now everybody can't get in my lap right now. This is okay. So I mean, I could try, we could see, but I don't know that it'll be helpful as far as I'm gonna bite my hair. Stop. I don't know if it'll be helpful as far as location, but maybe. I don't know. I guess it wouldn't hurt to try. I've done it before, and sometimes it just depends on if they block off their energy. Seriously, you never bite my hair. Stop. She's being super annoying. She's never this annoying. She's pretty annoying sometimes, but never this bad. No. So now I just have to figure out, I don't know. I gotta think on it. I may not. And then I have to figure out what case I'm gonna work on next. Whew. I have to kind of, I don't know. I usually it's weird. This is the first time I haven't really had a case that was next. I don't really know what to do with myself. I thought that it could be symbolic, but I don't know. I heard he'd put me bolder somewhere. But it's weird because usually, like I said, if I have a case, it'll interconnect into another case. And I always have another case that someone gives me to work on, personal or otherwise, in between, and I don't have that right now. So I don't know what to do next, although I have a bunch of cases. Oh, I know. When we were talking about Chelsea, which was weird, is Chelsea ended up kind of hitting Matt's case. I didn't find anything in that area, but I had got Riverbank, and there's a Riverbank over there in New Jersey, and right off the road there is Chelsea Road. So I thought that was weird. And there's some missing people that could be in that area. Could be why I was getting that. No, I was saying that could be my next case. I don't know how you would validate it if she's still missing. She's still missing, right? I'm gonna look right now. You didn't find any information on her? Because I got her and Suzanne. I got that name in Suzanne. And some other psychic did too. Okay, this was... They haven't done anything recent. There's a Chelsea man. She wasn't a teenager though, right? Wasn't it up in California? It's not Valdez, right? I think that he threatened them. I think they're scared. And I said that earlier in a group, and she probably didn't like it, but I mean, I really think so. I think they're scared. He could have said, I'll make you be just like your mom and no one will ever find you. And he could have easily said that to them. And what was her last name again? Because it's giving me Chelsea Valdez. She's missing from Spring Valley since last year. And she's from Hanford. I don't see anything about her being found. So there's one. I mean, not really. Especially if he's using what I think he's using. I was reading about Chelsea King and I can't tell if they were found either. They got the guy that killed her, and the other girl. He killed 2 girls, but it doesn't say if they found her or not. Yeah, they found her, I guess. It's not that one. Uh-oh. What the hell? Ah! Okay, I almost lost you guys. I like to say that light is stronger than dark. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. I don't know. Because I was still attacked, and I had a lighter on me. What did you say? Benedini? Did they find her? Because maybe she's not missing anymore. I saw something. Well, I saw her name mentioned on this, but She's also known as Chelsea Benedict. She's been missing for about 2 months or so. Her last known location was in Placerville, California. She also hangs out in Sacramento, Lincoln areas. If you have seen her or know where she might be, please reach out to myself or Sandra Simpson via messenger. She has been reported missing, and you can contact the Loomis Police Department. Chelsea is 32-year-old, weighs about 125 to 130, and is about 5'5 to 5'8. She has tattoos and piercings. Thank you. We love you, Chelsea. Want to make sure you're okay. So I found this on her, but I found that on her. It's on a missing persons page on Facebook. Right? I wish. I actually signed up for animal communication, but I just haven't even started it yet, so I should probably do that soon as well. I've been putting it off. Really, really bad at that. So she's in the missing persons groups. If we decided to work her case, there's people we can contact. I took a screenshot. I mean, the family, I guess, was who you could contact. I don't know. I have to see if I want to work on it. I mean, she did mention her name, and usually if they mention a name, it's the next case I'm supposed to go on. Where is it? There she is. See, she's on 2 missing persons pages, so. Doesn't feel very good. I do remote view, but I can't always I just remote view naturally. I've tried to remote view with her. I can't. I remote viewed another case where a body was found, and I ended up where it was found at. But I think it's too complicated with her. I think that she's, like I said, there's different things in different areas, and I think it's more complicated. So it's not like my other case that I remote viewed where I could just get on the road and kind of follow the remote view. You know what I mean? And end up there. I think it's more complicated than that, sadly. Yeah, was being a weirdo, huh? You guys like it? I put a little bit more pink in it this time because I realized I had red, so I mixed it. I don't know. So I don't know. I might work on that case next, but I might try to do that with Barry. I might try to get in, see what I can get. I don't know if it'll help or not. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. We'll just have to see. So. I saw that, and I think the guy that was caught in New Mexico, which I had a feeling he was in New Mexico because it's right near the border, that dude is connected to cartel or something, and I believe it was probably connected to the cartel. Some kind of hit, some kind of something he took out, because he is known as Psycho. I mean, he's probably a hitman. That's my guess on it without doing a reading. Tara, if you want to send me that girl's name, I can put it on my list. If you feel like they would be open to it. I don't know. It's usually, well, it can go either way when they catch an abductor, I guess. Sadly. Okay. I've gotten Pearl before. Shoot, I had a dog named Pearl. I'll put it in my case request. I mean, it just depends on if he's blocked, because I feel like if he's in with the Masons, they do that kind of magic stuff to block. So I don't know. I don't know if it would help or not. I mean, it always helps, but I don't know. I could always try it. If I don't get anything, I don't get anything, I guess. Thank you, Mercedes. I appreciate you saying that. That's very nice of you. Yeah, I'm a little too of that for my own good on the brave part. There's a lot of stuff I probably shouldn't do, cases I shouldn't work, blah 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 blah. Thank you, Tara. Aw, Tara's my little earth angel. So I don't know. That's just how I'm feeling about it now. I might get a wild hair up my ass and decide to do one more reading. I don't know. But if not, I'll try to see if I can get into Barry's mind and see anything. It wouldn't hurt, I guess. Oh, you guys are sweet. Thank you. It helps to feel appreciated when no one listens to you. I'm already seeing stuff on pearls. I'll have to contact you about that. I don't know, does Vallejo even have, well, wooded areas for me is like trees, just a bunch of trees together. It doesn't necessarily have to be known as woods, but I keep seeing it's weird because I'm like on a vast highway and there's woods on the side of the highway. I don't know why I heard Springboks or how that even makes sense, but I'll say it because I heard it. But at first I was thinking sex trafficking, but I'm not so sure. I have to do a whole reading on it. But that's just what they show me right now. Geez, you're up early, Anna. Dude, I appreciate you guys being with me so early and so late. I got sunflowers a lot with Linda. That's why I said I think that Linda, I think that Suzanne came in Linda because I got sunflowers a lot in Linda, and it was weird when I was working that case. I saw them everywhere. So I think also that people are getting Linda and they think they're getting Suzanne, and vice versa. What? I want to look at this real quick so I can see. We're at in Vallejo. I'll do a reading, but I'm just curious about. I need to look something up. Do you have a right? I know. And they show. I saw a video of him and then Chris Watts and how fake they are. Like they're fake acting. Fake acting. And I don't know who they think they're fooling. It's obvious they're lying. And they're faking that they miss their wife so much. Yeah, I saw the yellow flowers, but they weren't sunflowers. And actually I heard that the yellow flowers actually fit the new development over there. They said someone said they're on a sign or something, so I found that kind of interesting. And I saw them in relation to her dad's funeral, so I don't know. It could have just been a way to show me. Pall. Oh, they do have. Okay, I never looked at Vallejo before. So wooded area would make sense for that. I don't know what the hell Springboks means. So. Oh no, I have to do a reading on it. I'm just seeing if I got anything on here on this case before because I don't know. It's weird when I work on Linda. I see so much in that area that I've gotten before. It's crazy. It's crazy. And either they use the same streets everywhere or what? I don't know. Hey, that's interesting. There's 80. I got 80 before. I got 80 just recently. I don't know. Yeah, I have to reading. It feels like it's a wooded area along the side of the freeway. Which I know that's a lot of city and a lot of water, so I just feel like I'm in a car going really fast and along some wooded area. But I don't know. I have to do a focus reading. But I always got a lot of sunflowers in Linda. A lot of sunflowers in Linda. So why I don't know. Weird. I put in Springboks and it pulled in mattress. I don't know what the hell that is. So I don't know. I'd have to do a reading on it, but that's all I got on that right now. Yeah, but like I said, in Linda, Suzanne came in and interrupted, and I get interconnect, so that's not anything. I think that that's happened to all the psychics. I think that Linda's come in and they've thought it was Suzanne and vice versa. Because I know we kept getting mountains for Linda. It could be an interconnect, but all I know is I didn't really feel anything when I went into the mountains for her. So it could be that um it mountains was supposed to fit Suzanne. Suzanne, sorry. Um, but the sunflowers, I don't know. I got them like every reading in Linda. So I don't know if they're supposed to be for Suzanne or for Linda, but I thought they were for Linda, and then I saw them everywhere. So I think that her daughters are scared. Honestly, I do. I think they know what their dad is into. I think they know. I think he might have threatened them. He probably did. He probably threatened them in some way. And they probably don't know who to turn to or who to trust because, you know, everybody's corrupt. And I mean, if I was in that situation, I wouldn't know who to go to and I would be scared. So we can't really judge their situation. You know what I mean? Um, someone said, so what if they're scared, speak up, but we don't know what he said to them. I have an idea because I heard something today when I was telling the girl. It was like I channeled it, and it was something like, what happened to your mom if you want to disappear like she did and never be found, or something like that. I can't remember exactly what I heard, but yeah, I know. I was looking at that because I had seen a lot of grass in the first reading, and she keeps mentioning Indiana, so it makes me wonder. And I know he goes there a lot. I know he goes there a lot. I haven't really looked in Indiana if I knew the areas that he liked to go out there. He was just out there recently. Um, and he was out there, not long before that, out at their house that they sold. So it made me curious because he went out there after Suzanne went missing. Um, he went out there in like June or something before the house sold. So I feel like, I don't know. I felt interesting. I felt interested in that property, but um, I'd be curious where he likes to spend his time out there. Either a golf course, or I heard he had a hunting farm. It's gross. I know, and I think I really do. I think they're scared. I honestly do. I've been feeling that a lot lately because I was wondering like you know, how come they're not saying anything if they know anything. But I really do. I think a part of them wants to believe that he's not capable, but a part of them knows that he is, and plus things that he said to them. And I think they're just scared. I do. I think that he threatened them, and I think they're scared. And they know that he could get away with it. Um so I'm getting a headache again. Always sorry. I don't know why I'm so tired all of a sudden. So much for a short life. It's never a short life, is it? Um So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I have to kind of think about it because I was gonna just be kind of done. Because if you think about it, even if I get anything from Barry on a location, what am I gonna do with it? Um, well, problem is that he's so arrogant. He's not gonna break like Chris Watts did. He's more arrogant than Chris Watts was. Um, and like the cops there. I don't know why the FBI probably is doing things undercover that me don't know about. So I don't know. I'm just gonna see. I think Chelsea is a good one only because I got her name and Suzanne's reading, and somebody else did as well. They said, "Oh, I don't know where Chelsea fits, but I got it as well on one of my comments." So I thought that was interesting. Um, I might look into your case, Tara, just because I was getting glimpses. I don't know where a stretch of highway is that would be with woods, but it's like I'm going fast in a car, and then that's it. That's all I see. So I would have to go into more of a reading for that one. Yeah, that's the way I want to go is south. If I'm um, in my vision, I'm going that way, so that would be south. And the trees are on this side. Um, so it wasn't feeling like, and it was weird because when I was looking at Vallejo, it wasn't feeling like that area at all for some reason. Because I wasn't seeing a lot of water or anything. It's just I'd have to do more work on it, but I did want to go that way, so that would be right. And the woods are on this side to my left. I think you'd have to get off on the right though and take a thing over. I don't know. I have to do a reading on it and we'll see. Yeah, I know they are. I did send a message to Andy, and my friend Wayne did get in touch with him and has talked to him, but we're giving him space and time right now, so it's not the time for him to be able to help us. Um, mm, so I'm just reading the comments. Right? They should. Hey, Desiree, you're on late, dude. Where have you been this whole time? We're getting towards the end. I said I wasn't going to be on very long, and there I am going on 2 hours. It always happens with my rambles. Um, I don't think they do. I don't know. I don't, for some reason, because I didn't start working on this in um, May. I'm not getting the attention that I need to help. So I don't know. Um, like I said, I've done my part as far as put out the information, and hopefully it'll go somewhere. Hopefully, um, I it would be I haven't seen any sunflowers in. It was weird because when I worked Linda's case, I saw those suckers everywhere, um, like all over the map and everything. But I haven't seen them anywhere working off of working on Suzanne's case. So I don't know. I don't know if they fit or they could interconnect and fit both. I don't know. Um, Yeah, the blonde. I didn't realize that her daughter was blonde. I had kept seeing a blonde, but I don't know if it's her or not, or how it connects. But she did mention I did mention daughter in one of the readings. I keep yawning. I apologize. I don't know. I'm sure he does. I mean, he knows what he did. He knows what he did. Um, he knows, and he has to live with it. And I hope she haunts his ass. It was interesting. This is something else I want to bring up, and this is kind of off the topic, but I worked Shanann, like, I don't even know how long ago it was. And the original video in my old, because I had a different channel. I had one with 5,000 subscribers before, and that one had like 80,000 views on it. And everybody kept arguing about no gun, no gun, no gun. Well, it was weird because I ran across an EVP, and it talks about how she pulled a gun on him. So I thought that was interesting. Also, everybody said, she was strangled or whatever. I don't think they ever released how she was killed. But I saw a video where they had like a sheet that had her body, and it was bloody. Well, if you're strangled, there's no blood. So that was interesting. I think there's a lot that people don't know because it wasn't released. So I hate when people jump to conclusions and talk about how wrong I was. And my cases interconnect, so I don't know. She could have been symbolic in a lot of stuff as well. But when I hear her talk in the EVPs, I posted a couple in my group. The first one, the video I posted isn't that good, but I posted a link below it. And she talks a lot. Which is how she was with me when I did the reading with her. She talks a lot. And looking back, that reading sounded just like her as much as she cusses. And she is so pissed at him. And they say she's not in the light, but I usually can't channel that well if they're not in the light. But she seems to hold a lot of anger, which would make sense for her not being in the light. So, yeah, I knew about I when going back to Suzanne in the property in Indiana that they sold. I was on that property for a little while, but I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell. I know I saw a lot of grass in the first reading, and it reminded me of that property because none of the other properties have a lot of grass, but that property does. So I had someone contact me, and she was telling me about that. And the FBI was out there looking, and I said, yeah, it would be interesting if they would check that property. But he goes out there a lot, and so I mean, he could have moved her out there at any time, and no one would even know. But she does keep mentioning Indiana, so I thought that was interesting. Well, like I said, it could interconnect, so it could be for both. And interconnects mean that, it could fit for both. Oh no, we'll see. We'll see. I gotta think about it. I do know that I think I'm gonna jump back into Delphi for one more reading. I think that's the next. Sorry, I keep yawning. I think that's the next thing I'm gonna do, and then I'll probably see where I feel from there, what I want to do. Because I know that I've been feeling I want to do that. And then I was like, okay, as soon as I get a computer, that's the next thing I'll do is that reading. So I'm going to do that reading next. And I already have an idea of who I think's involved. So it's going to be hard to put that aside. But, I did too as well. Mercedes. My cat Salem walks around with a water bottle cap in his mouth. all through the house. Like, he's a dog. And then he drops it and plays with it and picks it up and walks around the house with it. And I'm sitting there watching him walk through the house with a freaking water bottle cap in it. He puts it down, plays with it, picks it up, and walks in the other room. Puts it down, plays with it. It's funny. I gotta get a video one day because that's hilarious. I mean, all these other toys and bottle caps are their favorite. Yeah, I feel like money was a big part of it. I do feel like he was having an affair. That was mentioned when I was typing out the reading. But I did get a lot of shady dealings in money and things like that. And I think she caught him. Either she was going through the books or something, and she caught some things that he did, and she confronted him about it. And I think she was onto some stuff. So. Call it in where? Yeah, cause I would say screw you. I won't. That's one thing about me is I don't like to let anybody tell me what to do. That's a huge pet peeve. Probably why I'm single. No man will ever tell me. Nope, he didn't. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he was trying to poison her or something, but maybe it didn't work fast enough. Because I heard she was actually having problems with her stomach again. Yeah, he was. He was. That came up when I was typing it all out. Yeah, I think there was maybe a couple. Actually. That could be the blonde girl I was picking up. I don't know if it was her or the daughter. I don't know. It was hard to tell because it was just like I just saw blonde hair. Yeah. I got that he has. I got that it could be I mean that's what I felt. Ah, that was weird. An Indian comment just came up. Something else. Right. I think Barry goes a lot of different places to throw everything off. I think he did. She's in a place where it's not too obvious. Now, what I kept getting and what was weird was the last reading, I kept getting a lot of construction. And like, when they have those trailers, those like light brown trailers that they put on construction areas, I kept wanting to go behind one of those. So I'd be interested to see where he's working now, if they have those or whatnot, or whatever. I don't know. I kept wanting to go behind one of those. Now, it might not fit her case, but I've been hearing construction for days. I was hearing it for days. It might not even be her case, but I know that I was hearing a lot of construction, and I kept wanting to go behind a construction thing. Now, I was trying really hard when I got that. So, like I said, it may belong somewhere else. Watch a body be found behind a construction site. I could just see that now. Happens with me sometimes. I know, but I don't think it'll be do any good, because I don't think he's really going anywhere. And I think he's where, like, she's where he can already keep eye on her, or he knows where she's at, and I don't know. I don't think that he's worried about anybody finding her. I think it's been bad for a long time. I just think that he hid it from her and everybody else until he did something like this. Like she said in the reading, like nobody really knew him, and that he had changed, and he was like not a good person, and he was abusive. And so I think she was also going to leave him. But I think she confronted him about, I don't know why I keep yawning. Holy crap. Sorry guys. And it's weird because that bear keeps coming up. Like before I even worked this case, bear came up in Stephanie, and then it came up right before it. I had gotten Bear something when I was thinking about Suzanne, and named one of the puppies Bear. And yeah, they call him Bear, so that's interesting, but there could also be another meaning to it. I don't know. Been thinking about Bear a lot too the last couple of days now that I think about it. I just really don't know what it means. No. Well, I looked at Bear Creek. There's one in Evergreen. Evergreen, where the nephew lives, is all Bear Creek. There was something interesting about that area, but I don't really know what. And that's the area where there was woods behind a golf course. So I don't know. But I've been thinking about Bear a lot the last couple days, randomly, now that I think about it. And I was like, oh, it's weird that we named that puppy Bear. I wasn't supposed to keep, by the way. But he had 2 homes and neither of them worked out. So, what? Where's your cat? What I like is that all my YouTube followers that come on the live chat, oh, you guys are always so nice. And this is the first time we've had any trolls. So it's nice to be able to chat about stuff and not have any. It is easier, but at the same time, like I said, I think they know, and I think they're scared. I think they're actually scared of Barry. I honestly do. He probably either said or threatened them or something. It's pretty specific what I heard today. I just can't remember. I was typing it. So thank you, Natasha. That means a lot. And that was another thing that was weird. I don't know if you guys realized that the cabin was made out of Canadian wood, and I got Canada. I didn't know that until recently. Also, I mean, he used to play baseball, I guess, in Canada, but I thought that was interesting that it was made out of Canadian wood. So I don't know. Things can have multiple meanings sometimes. It was funny because when I first started saying Salida, I guess I said it wrong. And then when I was talking about it in the last live I did, she kept correcting me. And I would go to say it wrong, and she'd be like, no, Salida. It was funny because usually I can't. Um, right. But what I was saying, Desiree, before you got here is that it could just be a reference point. And I'm not necessarily saying like she's directly at that cabin or she's anywhere even really close. But there's so many areas around there she could be, and there's back roads to there. Um, and so I think it's a reference point. You know, I do. I think it's a reference point. So I mean, it did fit a lot. Like I said, it even had the eagle on the damn cabin. And there is a bear room. But anyways, the eagle kind of felt like a validation to me. Um, I'm not the only one that's got an eagle. Now it could be a street. There was an eagle street when I was working on Linda, but like interconnects. So um I don't know, feel like a validation that there's something around that area. It needs to be checked with dogs around there, across from there. The area needs to be checked. I mean, she's not going to be able to be seen just walking by. And I've never, like I said, felt that she was in water. I've never felt the feeling I feel, when they're in water. So, but I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. But I think that burying her and making it look like nothing's buried there is what he's good at. Um, so I don't know. The girls are pushing me on it for some reason. Um, there's two people that are very, very validated in my auto rights and in my readings. And whether they're connected, they could be. They're both in the drug realm. Um, I know both of their names, and actually, BG matches the height and weight of him. I sent a bunch of information on him to Georgia because that's who took over the case, and that's where I was told to send the information to. We was sent there by a PI that my friend knew, and I never heard anything of it. I said if he's not involved, he definitely knows because he had the scratch on his face that I said he would. And I saw a closer image of BG up close. He does have the beard and mustache like I described, and he does look like him. So I'm gonna do a reading to confirm and just to see what the girls want to say. But those two people, I just wish I knew if they were connected. Or I do feel like if Kurtz is not involved, that he does know. And that could be why I saw him standing there. It could be that, they're saying he knows, he saw it, something like that. So actually just asked me if I was going to work on Chelsea, because I put it in our case request, but she's waiting for me to work on Delphi with her, because she does my readings with me. I channel, but she keeps me straight and narrow by just saying yes, and it just keeps me focused. So, because otherwise I go all over the place. Well, not necessarily police. For FBI can search. I really wish they would bring in some real legit um, search people. Freaking cats in that thing today. Like someone like Texas EquiSearch or one of those peoples that have dogs, but they have to be invited by local police or family. And I wish the local police would do that, but I don't think they really know. Like you guys say, they're probably corrupt and they're protecting him. If they're involved in the masonry, freaking not my hair, I hate that. If they're involved in the masonry, which cops can be, then they all protect their own. So sometimes things have to just come to light in cases, and it's all about timing with things. You can push as much as we want, but it won't happen unless it's meant to happen in the right timing. It's meant to happen. We're just here to help, give the information, give possible areas, give a story so that their voices could be heard. Well, I said all the areas. You'll have to rewatch it. I've been through all of them again. But like I was saying, all the areas that I've gotten, I don't want to leave them. It feels wrong to leave the areas I've gotten. And like I said, as soon as I saw his name, I knew it. Just because I had gotten him previously. So Spirit, already told me this was going to happen. And that's what I mean. Like, sadly, we pick our blueprints before we come. There's one main highway. We have many different paths depending on our free will, but we also have contracts with people. So in her contract, she had for this to happen for whatever reason. Maybe she killed Barry in another life. That's how it works. And that's why I can get future information on it, because it's preordained. Sadly, things are preordained. So okay, I'm glad she's coming home. That's good to hear. Her mom had, I think, pneumonia and COVID, so I'm happy to hear that. Why? But yeah, I mean, well, I heard that next year is supposed to be my year. Saturn, I think it's Jupiter is going to be in my sign or something. It's supposed to be a big year for me next year, so we'll see. Hopefully better than this year. But actually, for me, this year wasn't too bad for me. I know it was bad for a lot of other people, but it's weird. Like, I always have opposite years. Like, if everybody else has a good year, I have a bad year. If everybody else has a bad year, I have a good year. It's kind of weird. Actually, it hasn't been that bad for me. Actually, I got a lot of things that are changing and shifting and moving, so it's all good. I mean, I don't know what's there. All I know is that I get pulled to these places. I get hit with a headache or some kind of feeling, like I was saying, when it came to the construction where their business is that he works for next to Walmart, because I kept being pulled to Walmart in the first place. So when I finally got the address for that after the last reading, because I kept seeing construction, as soon as I hit that, I got a stomach ache. So, and it was like a sharp pain, and it hit me hard. So around that area, Monarch Trail behind there, I don't know exactly where, but the weird thing is like I said, it ends up at Hillside, which I got before I knew that that road existed, and happens to be, by Spiral and on the way to M's house. Like, that area is interesting. Sometimes I do roads, but I don't always remember it, and it doesn't happen all that often. It just depends. If I'm really working a case really strongly, I can. Like, what case was it? Oh, I mean, she came in. I don't know if it was her, but I was seeing a house, and then I was told, pine for pine, and I can't find it anywhere unless it's white pine, which is next to the cabin. But it could have been. I don't know. Sometimes I do, and sometimes, like, if I don't wake up and write it down, I'll forget it, and I'll be like, man, I was seeing an area in my dream. Like, when I went to sleep with Linda, I kept remembering, I went back to sleep, and it was weird. I was like on a map, and that's happening sometimes when I sleep. And I kept getting reference to an elementary school with her too. So I don't know if there's an elementary school in that area. I didn't go back to the map after I got it, but I discussed that earlier. So that'd be interesting. Yeah, I did. Kept being pulled to Walmart, right? So that was very validating once I found out that, like, the people he contracts with is literally right next door. And that's when I got hit in the stomach with a sharp pain, and then I found out that she did have stomach issues. So it really was validating that there's got to be something in that area. I don't know if it's been checked. He said he would check it. I don't know if he checked it. And it's hard because when you just walk an area, you can miss so much, especially with snow and all that. Like, when you're searching, you really need a dog. Oh, that's why I wish I had my nonprofit, because we wouldn't be having this problem right now. I really need to get some people together and get that going, because it would help frustration so much. Because I get these areas and I get these feelings, and I can never check them out, and it drives me absolutely insane, wondering why I feel that way about an area and who's there, and I need to go check it out. So, I need to get some serious people around, and we need to get this nonprofit going, because I think it'll save me a lot of headache, and it'll save you guys a lot of headache, because we'll be able to check out an area and not depend on anybody else. Because the problem is I always have to depend on everybody. I have to find someone to search. I have to find someone to listen to me. I never contact the police, because they're just, it's like talking to a brick wall. And then I get nervous, like, what if I send them somewhere and then they're not there, or they miss them or something. That's my fear too. I know, and that's why I really want to do it, because it would help things so much. We wouldn't be having this issue right now. I could just send a team over there. So I really need some people that are really, really into this and really would like to do that kind of thing. And let's get it going, because I've been trying to get it going for 8 years now, and I'm tired of, I know exactly. Wish I was there. And see, I can't go there. I have no one to watch these monsters. But I have no one to really, Adventure Dude, yeah, he's trying, but like, it's so much ground to cover, and he's only one person, and he really, he needs a dog or something, because I've seen bodies walked right over, and they were, like I said, Stephanie was right there off the freeway for how many months? Oh yeah, I got tsunami dreams too. Well, not tsunami dreams, tsunami visions. It's actually in my, like I was saying, if you guys have not already watched the world events, I think you guys would be surprised at what's come true in that. Um, and I actually did, I have not done, I need to do that too, actually. I need to do another world event auto write. It's been like too long. It's been like 6 months or something. Because I started doing auto writes and then I was getting world events without trying to. So that was another part of my gift. And I did get earthquakes. I got one earthquake in San Francisco. Sorry, Tara. Um, and basically what I was getting was along the, where I am, along the fault. But I was getting LA and I was getting San Francisco. And you can see it in my earlier auto writes, and also I had mentioned it, I think, in the group. But I've done the auto writes on it, and I was seeing tsunami for a few months. So if you're, I mean, I felt like we were gonna have a huge earthquake. So, they told me the big one was gonna hit California, and I said that a while ago. So it's just a matter of when. Um, I know, and bless his heart. I mean, he tries, but I mean, he could be walking right by or not even know. I mean, he vibes on energy, but he's not used to using it like we do. You know, he's not gonna feel it like a medium would. So, like I said, I've seen him miss bodies and then come back and realize that they missed them. Um, so without a dog, I really don't think that she's going to be able to be found. People say in water, I've never gotten that. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time. Um, well, I've never really been wrong. It's just that when it comes in, and I say that humbly, but when it comes into my reading, it's more like I think that it belongs here when it belongs somewhere else, kind of like Ganon. And a lot more other stuff came in that didn't fit. It wasn't for him. He didn't really come in until the last reading about where he was currently. And like I said, other than he kept making me go way up the map. So I can't either. That's why whenever I'm screwed, fire or something happens, I'm so screwed. I'll just have to sit here with him because I'm not leaving him. But one day I do want to get a motorhome. I think that would be right. That would be good. Get a motorhome and just put everybody in it and go. Because that's how I'm going to move when I move. Because I'm going to get a motorhome. I'll take a pictures of sisters are cuddling. He's so cute. And I don't know who was telling him that, but he was looking on in water, so I don't know. I talked about that earlier as well. But I just Hi Rainy. It's so good to have you guys here and have you be supportive. It's really nice. That I don't have a lot of trolls. We had one earlier, but we got rid of that one. We smushed it. Yes. See, Tara, we have to make that work, man. We have to. I think you're my new go-to person and you can help me do it. I just need a group of people that's willing to not, and you guys don't have to be near me. I mean, you could be spread out because we could just do, like everybody else does where they have meetings over this way. But I know part of starting a nonprofit is to have, or to have a nonprofit, you have to have a group of people, like a president, a vice president, and all of that. So, um, oh yeah, it was her name. The name was Black Widow or something, talking about how I um, feed on people's, yeah, like I'm so rich. I make so much money doing this. Um, People are ridiculous. I'm broke all the time. So I don't know what they're talking about. How do I seem like a person that would just do this for all the wrong reasons? No, it's not like I'm rolling in dough, and I won't want to hurt anybody. Yeah, with all my animals I can't afford. But I was hoping that, if I could get a group of people that's not flakes, that would really want to do something like this, we should get it started. We really should. Yes. If you don't love animals, it's hard to trust somebody that doesn't love animals. Because, like I can't trust my son. He used to love animals, and now that he's 15, he doesn't. And that's why his dogs are now my dogs. Teenagers, right? I don't know. It's frustrating. So, I mean, yeah, that's that's the crazy one that was biting my hair earlier. They are me too. They're all I really got. My son's 15 now. He's either, he's not around much, and I don't know where I would be without him. Honestly, they keep me busy. They keep me grounded. Um, they know when I need them, and they're the best medicine I could have. And I always find a way to make it work some way or another, but I don't know. Right. So, but in order to do that, we have to get the nonprofit going, and we should really look into trying to get that going. I just need a group of people to get it started that aren't going to flake on me. Um, well, they've saved my sanity through a lot of depressing moments. I have a 15-year-old, and sometimes he's not, he's not very nice. And then I ended up with more than I wanted. You do need to, yes, Tara. You do need to. I ended up keeping the puppies because they had a home, and then the homes gave them back or decided they didn't want them. And by that time, I just, hey, be nice. Except for this one, she hates everyone and everything. And when she's in my lap, don't get near me. She's meanie face. She growls at everybody. I know, I just dewormed the puppies too. I don't know. She was still kind of skinny still. I have to do it again. They had masks when they were born, and now they're gone. They lost it. She looks so much like her dad. Anyways, I do too. And cats are really good for me because they protect me from the negativity and the evil spirits. Yeah, he's a 15-year-old boy, and mom's always wrong, and mom's always mean because I have to tell him things 500 times. So then it turns into a yell, and it's like, well, why are you yelling at me? Well, if I didn't have to tell you 500 times to do something, it wouldn't have turned into a yell. You'd have done it just when I asked you nicely the first time. So, right? You mean psychic, not mystic. But I hear what you're saying. It's bad, Desiree. I had like 2 days of crying fits because he 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 had one of those mattresses that are like, I forget what they're called. They form to your body or whatever. And he took off the cover, and I guess there's fiberglass or something, and it got all over everything. She's like, "Mom, I need all new stuff. I need a new mattress and new sheets and stuff." And I just bought him a new heated pad and new sheets and everything. I was like, "Dude, I'm not buying you no more of that, more of that stuff." So I washed it all. He's like, "Oh, it's still on there." Anyways, he refused to sleep in his room, so he went to my mom's, and he stayed at my mom's for like a week. And I'm like, "Dude, I vacuumed off your bed and I vacuumed off the floor. You can come and do the rest." And because I can't afford foam, that's it. I can't afford like a new mattress and all new stuff. I literally just bought him 2 pairs of sheets and a heated mattress foam. Yeah, it was an extra one. He had a regular mattress. So why he took it out, he's like, "Oh, I'm going to put the memory foam on, but he's so weird. He doesn't like hair. He's pet peeve is hair, which we have animals. I mean, he's constantly rubbing himself off. And so his pet peeve is hair, and then there is like a little dirty, so he wanted to wash it. Well, go up. And so he took it off. And then I guess it got all over everything, and I was like trying to tell him. He's like, "Oh, but it's my fault." And I got mad because I just literally bought him all that stuff, and then I washed it and it wasn't good enough. And then I sat here and cried for a little bit because I was like, I can't afford all that. Like, I can't afford a new mattress right now and everything after I just, spent $60 on new stuff for your bed. And, which is his money. But anyways, so he went up to my mom's and he like stayed for a week. And then he was like, I was having a bad couple of days and I was crying and stuff because he just, I don't know. And he's like, "Okay, will you take me to my dad's for Thanksgiving?" So he doesn't want to be home or something. I don't know. It kind of broke my heart, but hopefully we talked about it. Hopefully it'll get better. I don't know. But he's like super picky. So if he sees any shiny stuff like on his bed, I can't sleep on it. So, and everything's settled in there now. Cause at first I did feel it in my chest, but he's a Capricorn. Okay. Everything has to be perfect with him. And he's so picky about food. Like anything I cook, he doesn't even like, I don't know. Even if I cook off recipes and it turns out really bomb, he's gonna complain about it. I don't know. I just hope it gets better for him because yeah, I'm not. And so I spent a lot of time alone because before that he was at his dad's for a month and a half because he went up there for like summertime or whatever. So he went up there for summer, and then he came back like 2 months later, and then he was here for like a week or something. But he's always at home, so I don't see him anyways. So, but I wouldn't even have a few of these dogs if it wasn't for him because they're supposed to be his. Violet's 9 years old. He's had her since he was 7. Had to have her, and that was when I only had like 2 other dogs, and so I got her, and then I'm the one taking care of her. So, when I got him, I didn't think about that. I thought he'd always be into it, but now he's a teenager and being a teenager. So I just been so if I didn't have my animals, I don't know what I would do. because I don't have any friends that live near me. All my friends are online, and so I really don't have anybody, you know. My mom sometimes, but sometimes she doesn't understand. So yeah, I know, me too. Yeah, well, no one told me the teenagers are hard. I wish you go back to 7. I like the age at 7. There's a lot going on at that time, and I feel like I missed it. You know, that's when I was with Rocky and everything was happening, and he passed away. And I feel like I missed a lot of his age 7. I wish you would go back to 7. It would be nice. So yeah, well, he doesn't make me feel like it. He makes me feel like I'm a bad mom a lot of the time, and I look back and maybe I haven't been perfect, you know. So I don't know. Um, I don't know. I don't have much family. I just have my mom and my aunt and him. And my aunt lives in it. She's here right now. But my mom lives up the street, and then Eli. And so I don't know. And then hopefully we'll all move together where we want to move. Hopefully. So, well, Tara, you can be my vice president if you want to, but we need a vice president and a secretary. Well, he says I yell too much, and I just have a loud voice. Like, I've tried to quiet it, but I just my mom has it too. It's just the way I am. And after you tell your kid 15 times, you kind of get irritated, you know? Um, See, I have a bad temper too, but and no one can get on my temper like he can. But that's what I was frustrated the other day because all this was going on, and I was trying to do a reading for someone, and I didn't really want to use my phone, but it worked out okay. So I had this old, like this little wireless keyboard, and so I tried to hook the keyboard up to the computer that I had. Didn't work because the computer is starting to screw up. So I tried to hook up to my phone, it wouldn't hook up. So I took the keyboard and I chucked it across the room. It didn't break, but the batteries came out or whatever, but all the animals ran. It was bad. It was one of those moments. So I feel you, Desiree, on that. I because I also like broke my phone, and I was mad because I literally just got this in September, and I was freaking ticked off because when I got it, like the charging thing didn't work very good, and I didn't return it because I had already switched everything over and I didn't want to do it again. I thought it would be okay. Well, the charging thing keeps getting worse, right? And then so I get out of the car. I took my mom to the doctor. I get out of the car. I have it in my hand. It slips out of my hand. It falls on the pavement, cracks everywhere. Everywhere. Oh, can you see it? It's so bad. It sucks. And so, like you could feel the cracks and it's getting worse. And not only that, it doesn't charge unless you sit it a certain way. So I had to get it freaking use my insurance again. Thank God you can use it more than once and get another phone. And now I'll have to switch it all over again. So between that and the computer breaking, sorry, I have to get the charger. The computer breaking, and my son being like that, I had a hell of a week and I was just over it because nothing seemed to just, it's like everything was going wrong. And we're in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde, so that's probably why everything broke, because it has to do with communications and stuff. But so yeah, it did. It was, and that's my fault for saying, oh, everything's going good right now. And my computer broke and my phone broke and my son was being like that, and I just was like up here. So when it came time that the the keyboard didn't work, I just chucked it because I had enough. Well, I'm glad that I decided to, because I've never gotten the insurance on my phone until the last time. Well, like the beginning of the year when I got a new phone because the other one broke. And anyways, my aunt was like, you better get the insurance. And it was the smartest thing I ever did because $75 is easier to come up with than $240, which is what my phone is worth. And I like this phone. So I'm glad my mom did it too, because neither of us, her phone just broke too. So it was a good idea. Never thought insurance was a good idea, but it was. He has his own business. So, I mean, I don't know. People that don't think he did it, I think he's still working with that construction company because he has a contract. So, if he has a contract, plus he sold some stuff. I bet. Well, my son just stays in his room, and I used to clean. I was proud of him because he did finally pick up his own room. Because one day I spent 6 hours cleaning that room, and I was like, I want it kept up like this. Did not stay kept up. He had a problem with leaving his trash everywhere, so I bought him a trash can. And one day he was just cleaned up his room. I was so proud of him. But he's like that though. He'll come in and do like he'll put popcorn in, and he'll leave, the plastic thing that you take it out of, he'll just leave it on the counter. And it's weird because he likes everything perfect, but he wants me to do it all, and I'm only one person. Like, I have to do a few things every day, like today, like I washed all the dog's blankets and did a few other things, like I have to, because I have back problems and stuff, so I have to kind of just like do a little stuff every day, but by the time I get back to the beginning, it's all messed up again. So oh, Desiree, you're my soul sister. That's how I was last week too. My animals don't allow me to have anything nice, let's put it like that. Right? Like, I don't know where I'll be when he moves out. This is all I got, It's just, I don't really have anybody else other than these things. One just, oh, you guys stink. These things that take my spot every night. I don't even have my spot anymore. They all lay in it. Right? I don't know. I missed age 7. I feel like I missed a lot at that age. I didn't appreciate it when he was that age. And I see that now, and it sucks. Wish I had a time machine. I could go backwards. So, everybody can thank Tara for me being on a live tonight. I didn't say her name earlier because I didn't know if you wanted me to, but now I really don't care. My little earth angel that made sure I had a way to continue working. So this thing screen just keeps breaking and breaking, and now I'll have to get a new phone tomorrow and try to switch everything over. I literally just did. Yeah, I know, but that was all really hectic with my husband at that time, I'm praying for you. It's always hard when our animals are sick. I have one that's 14. She's starting to tick me off. I love her to death, but she's starting to do something that's really making me mad. And I know she can make it over to the pad or outside, but she don't want to. And then I have a 9-year-old. So I have older ones. And I have way more than I need or want, but it just happened that way. So, okay, baby. So, I just enjoy you guys so much that my lives are so freaking long. I don't know anybody else that does lives this long. Is it annoying? It's always hard when our animals are sick. I just went through surgery with Cheyenne a couple months ago. It was August. It was summer. That all happened at once too, because of Corona. My dog, she got pregnant. He's fixed now, but because of Corona, nothing was open. Anyways, during that time, Cheyenne got a foxtail in her neck, and it was a bad infection. And it was like this, and she had I had to get surgery, and I'm always blessed. I find the money to do it. Don't ask me how. And I had surgery right here and get it taken out. It was crappy because I had to keep going back and forth to the vet because they're like, it's a bad infection. You have to take all these she has to take all these antibiotics, and then if it still gets up again, then you have to bring her back and get surgery. Well, it did make another bubble again, and so I had to take her in and they did surgery on her. So that was crappy because she had to have a thing on her neck. She couldn't be around the other dogs. First it was I didn't want her to get hurt, then she had stitches, but she's okay now. She's back to her crazy self because she's crazy one. Yeah, well, good luck getting homes for them because I have a hard time trusting people. I told Tara about this last night, but I'm sorry if I just ramble off on some things. I don't mean to. Like I said, I have no friends, so you guys are my friends. But anyways, I was gonna keep Raven because I got her name. Her name was given to me by Spirit, and I helped her be born. She was kind of stuck, and I pulled her out. She's the runt. I love runts, and I just had a connection to her. I don't know why. And they gave me her name, so I said, okay, I'll just keep that one. Well, then Suki and Bear had a home. Well, both of those homes fell through, long story, even though they had a home before they were born. And I was like, Eli's like, okay, let's just keep Suki. Well, I was trying to do the right thing and find Bear a new home. And I did find him a new home. And they kept him for 3 weeks and gave him back. And since he's been back, he threw up 2 socks that I know are not mine. And he was never a cuddler, but last night he climbed on top of me and cuddled. So I don't know, maybe he's supposed to come back for a reason. But my plan is to go get some acreage anyways so that they can have more room and we can have more room, and I'm not getting any more. This is it. That's it. Because I was only going to keep one. So good luck with that because I have a hard time trusting people these days, especially after I gave him a home. And I did a home check and everything. They seemed nice, all of that. And then they said, oh, we've never seen a dog like this. He's so hard. Dude, this dog is not hard. This dog is one of the easiest puppies I've ever seen in my life. Super sweet, super mellow. Like, I don't even know what they're talking about. So, enjoy it. It's a very like cool experience to go through. I usually fix my dogs, so it's total accident. Like I had dogs for a very long time, never had this problem, but I usually fix them. They're all gonna get fixed now. Well, he's fixed, so he's the only one of age. Um, I'm gonna get mom fixed next, and then hopefully next month, and then I'm gonna get him fixed. But um, it was a cool experience. It was really neat. Make sure you watch a lot of YouTube videos because I had to pull the sack open because she didn't do it and like rub them down with towels and stuff. And I know, and they're so bonded now too. So I'm just like, whatever. I'm gonna go. I'm moving anyways. We're gonna go hopefully get some acreage. So whatever. Why separate them? And I tried to do the right thing and rehome them, but it just didn't work out. And you know me, I always feel like things happen for a reason. Animals find who they're supposed to be with. I don't know. Maybe it happened for a reason. They're very bonded to me. And they're very bonded to each other. Raven, dude, she looks nothing like her mom or dad. The other two look like their dad in the face and everything. They used to have husky mask and it went away. And but Raven, she looks like a shepherd. So she looks like she could be Aurora's like mom or like daughter. It's weird. She looks so much like Aurora. Like they look like sisters or something, or mom and daughter. But he must he's my service dog, my little white dog, Zook. He must have he must have shepherd in him because she looks like a German shepherd. Has to. Like genetics are so weird. I expected like a white dog to come out, but not one that looked like a shepherd. I wonder if her ears are going to go up, but he must have shepherd. He must be a shepherd husky because I can't explain this otherwise. So yeah, but so Raven was kind of stuck and they tell you just to pull gently. So I did and I got her out, but everybody else came out really fast. Like within an hour, I took Zara in and had her get x-rays to see how many was there and make sure everything was okay because the dad was big. And there was 3 and she said they should be fine, and they did. They came out. The last 2 I call them twins because they look exactly alike, only he's got a little fuzz on his head. That's it. Like when they're far away, I can't tell them apart. And they came out really close together too, so I call them the twins. Because they look a lot alike, and they'll look like their dad. But I did, I dried them up, and also I got a sucker, and you stick it in their mouth and you suck out all the crap. They didn't really have too much, but it's good to have. And also be careful when you watch YouTube videos because it's freaking scary. I was so scared this whole time. And when she was like going into labor, I was like all rubbing her belly, and I was like, I'm gonna take her for a walk like we did when we were pregnant, right? So I walked her up to my mom's, and I sat there with her, rubbed her belly, walked her back. Okay, lady, thank you. And sat here and rubbed her belly, and then like the next morning she went to labor at like 6:00 in the morning. I know 7 or something. 7:00 in the morning. And of course, I had got a crate. I set it all up, and she was holding it in. She wanted out of the crate. So, you know what? Everybody said, put her where she's going to be comfortable. So, this is a good lesson to you, Desiree. So, I bought this. Thank God I had this plastic, like thick plastic that you use for paint or whatever. So, you might want to get some of that because it was a really good idea. And I put it all over my couch, and because it was easy cleanup. And she climbed up on the couch and had her babies. And it was easy because I could get to them, and then it was protected by the plastic. And it was the easiest. It was the easy birth, and I wasn't expecting. I was all scared everything was going to go wrong, and it was kind of an amazing experience, though. And they're my grandpups now, and now my mom called it. She said I'd get stuck with all 3. they originally had homes. I originally tried to do the right thing, but for some reason everything fell through. And I never try to push anything that, something's meant to happen, it's going to happen. And if you push against it, there's some reason it didn't work out. I don't know what to say. So, anyways, that's enough about dogs and baby birth and all that. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? I know it's late for a lot of you. Shoot, it's late for me. I don't know. I think, like I said, I'll probably work on the girls, and then I don't know what I'll do after that. I have to think about it. Yeah, I'm up till like my bedtime's about 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Really bad, dude. Really. I know, it's bad, right? Oh, it's bad. It's such a bad habit. When I did my hair this time and I put more pink on it, but I actually found some red and I mixed the light pink with it, so it actually turned out pretty color pink, but it's more pink than I wanted. So I don't know, but right. Well, Desiree, like I say, she'll be found in the time she's meant to be found. And found the way she's supposed to be found if she's supposed to be found. Not everybody's supposed to be found. Not everybody's meant to be found. I do what I can as far as, give the information, hope that it's followed. But I think the best way that we can do this is if we were to get our nonprofit going. I really think that if we get the nonprofit going, then if we want to help on a case, we can help on a freaking case. I don't know what the laws are if we have to be invited or not. I know a lot of the other search parties do. So I'm not sure about that. We'd have to figure that out. But like I say, I want to help her too, but my hands are tied at this point. I'm not getting a lot of help. But psychic medium too, but we're meant to put out the information, the golden nuggets, the puzzle pieces, and it's supposed to be followed up on. And the people that search and the police department and all that, they're the ones that are supposed to solve it. They're the ones that are supposed to find her. Like, we can only do so much. I can only do so much. And there comes a point where I can't. Why do you keep calling me Mystic? I don't know why you keep doing that. But you'll have to come on Facebook, Tara, and we'll have to you guys can join my group, because if you really want to help with cases, I have a group that I work with a few people, and we work through Facebook Messenger. We put the person in there. I do the reading. You can watch the reading. And then at the end, we look for areas. We look for, whatever validation we can find, and try to, narrow down areas, find out what fits in the reading and all of that. So That's what my group does. That's what my team does. I call them my team. And then from there, if we have enough people, maybe we can figure out how to start the nonprofit and get it going, because I really feel like next year it might blow up for me. And I feel like next year would be the year to do it if we're going to do it. The timing feels right, maybe. Just finding the right people, What are you doing, Bear? No, watch out. Watch out. Charger. There you go. Oh, okay. I don't know. I think he's I can't remember which one was born last. I think he's the youngest. I don't know if I want to put that on here. I get nervous about putting where I live on here. Do you have Facebook? Yeah, I don't really keep much secret, obviously, but I try to kind of keep at least my location secret, even though they could probably look me up and find me. Okay, well, just either I'll go find you and message you, or you could find me and message me. And Tara has to reactivate her account because she doesn't have Facebook. We did the old way when we started talking through email. And I was like, you know what? This is retarded. Let me just give you my number. Why are we talking through email? Because it takes forever to get a response and it's a pain in the butt. So I don't know. But because I'm not going to be in this state when I start it, I don't think. Because there's nonprofits that travel everywhere, like Texas EquiSearch. So Texas EquiSearch, it would be something like that, but with psychics. So however their laws are, I know that they have to usually be invited by police or the family. So I don't know if we can get around that or not. It would be nice if we could just search when we need to search. But I'm not going to be staying here. Hopefully next year I'll be moving. Hopefully. What is it, baby bear? He was the one I rehomed that came back. I didn't have much of a connection to him, but lately he's been very... Well, only at the people that that aren't out of control. I know. All the politics and stuff is kind of irritating, right? I lost so many people over stupid stuff. Stupid. Over truths, facts. Hardcore facts. I don't know I know I live right on the fault. I don't know if where I'm moving it doesn't really get a lot of earthquakes, but they don't really get a lot of fires either, but they did this year. Hopefully that's where we're moving. I yawned the whole night. I don't know why. What is it? Sock eater? I have a bad feeling him and his sister are going to be his dad's size. Right? Especially since I saw what I saw and it happened. And I didn't want to say it before it happened, but I had screenshots of people that I told before it happened because, yeah, who won? People didn't want to win. I can't help what I see. They like to blame me for what I see, and it's like, dude, don't blame the messenger. I'm just telling you, So I there's one person's post I've been snoozing for like 60 days now. Because out of control. Out of control. I can't handle it. They are. It's pretty bad when I get a vision and I can't even share it. I shared it with a couple people that weren't I knew weren't gonna be what's the word? Judgmental and get all pissed off. So I told a couple of them, so I at least had proof, when it happened. But I didn't put it out anywhere because I didn't want people, because I saw Joe Biden win and I didn't want people to freak out on me. And it's weird because I was the only psychic. I think there was one other person that got that. And I know there's I know what happened. And I got more along with that vision, but I just now posted in the group but I have my proof that I got it before. So, why are you never on there? What's weird? No one shows their face until I mention Delphi. Then everybody pops up and has 58 something likes. Hey, don't you dare. Don't you dare. So, I don't know. It's getting kind of late. So, I should probably let all you guys go. But if you want to ever find me on Facebook, you can always find me and chat me up on there. So, yes, Jerry. Where were you at? Hiding this whole time. Okay, now you guys are out of control. No, she doesn't like anybody. Crazy girl. Yeah, I talked about it earlier. I talked about it earlier when I was gonna do it. I was gonna do at least one reading on it, and see what the girls had to say. Yeah, I am, because the girls are pushing me to do it. So I want to see what they're talking about, what they have to say. I mean, I already have my ideas on who did it. I already turned in information on it. I still think he's involved. After seeing a close-up picture, he looks just like him. So, I don't know. I'll see what the girls say when I do the. Can't even tell, dude. You can't even see your scar. Can't even see it. You're my crazy girl. Yeah, they've been bringing me back. Like, we miss you. So, I did a couple of. I think there's two. I've always said there's two. I've always said there's more than one. I do think I know who. I got a closer up picture and it kind of validates who I thought BG was. And I just don't know if I got if you've watched the more focus read when I saw Kurt's there, I don't know if it's just because he knows who did it and he was there when he saw, or but I do feel like after seeing a close-up picture, it does have the mustache and beard like I saw, so I would be curious if he had a mustache and beard at that time, and longer hair. He did shave after that. He is the height and weight. I did turn in information, but so I'm thinking there's some corruptness around it anyways. It's just, yeah, I had two focused reads on it. So I'm probably gonna. My eye itches all of a sudden. I'm probably gonna try to do it the next couple days. My dogs are getting all weird now. I'm hoping so. Anyways, we're gonna see how my energy and stuff is. Energy was pretty good today. I got a lot of sleep the last couple days. I slept one day till 4 o'clock because I was depressed. But I said, "What's the point to get up?" So, but you guys that are in the group, like I said, if you ever just want to chit chat or whatever, you can hit me up. Hit me up. Hit me up. Dogs are being so annoying right now. Right? So I'll get it done as soon as I can. I know the person that was gonna do it with me is waiting as well. So you're back to be annoying, I see. So I think I'm probably gonna go because I've been on here for 3 hours. You guys are probably tired and want to go to bed. I'm tired. It's 11 o'clock here. And my dogs are getting weird. Stop, Violet. So I'm sure that she's on my list. I have a list of about 200-300 people. Yeah, but depends on what police you're talking about. I don't know. Yeah, you're up at the time. I'll probably be up till 3 or 4 o'clock, actually. So it's not anything new for me. That's why I sleep. I don't know. I like to sleep in the morning, and I'm a night owl for sure. Stop. Poppy. See, doesn't she look like a shepherd? Dude, her dad is white, and her mom is that bulldog looking thing that was brown and white. She don't look anything like him. That's Raven. She's my girl. She's the one I brought out into the world. Huh. So, thank you guys for being so supportive and hanging with me and chilling and all your information and the people that came late. You might want to. Well, I didn't stay up late until after I got my gifts, and then I became a night owl. And then since I've been single, so for the last few years, about 7 years, but it's gotten worse. I used to at least go to bed about 1 o'clock. Now it's more like 4 or 5. The other night, I was trying to fix because I had to wash my weighted blanket and it has a cover on it. Got it at the secondhand store, dude. Super cheap. It's the greatest find I've ever gotten. And it's so soft. The kittens like to suck on it. They're weird. But when you put those things in the dryer, man, they get all screwed up. It took me like an hour or so to fix it. So I was up till like 6 o'clock in the morning. I knew better than to do that because the same thing happened to Eli's. So yeah, I'm with you. I go to bed way too late. Sometimes the sun's up. I'm probably going to go let my bird out right now. So I will see you guys later. Yeah, I'll go back and watch because I mentioned a lot of stuff in there. You can cut it off when I start rambling about other stuff, but at least watch the beginning and the parts that you missed because there's a lot of stuff you probably need to hear. All right, I'll see you guys later. Later, Gator. Thanks a lot.